Greetings out there in YouTube land. This is Morris Man. And as always, I thank you for coming to my channel. The last couple of days have been feeling like crap. And usually when you sick, you have this certain ailment like you're running a high fever, or you just got a headache, or your stomach hurt or whatever. And it was like I got hit with the triple whammy. Got hit with fever. Back was killing me. And then my stomach was killing me. I'm like, what are the chances of those three things happening at once? But unfortunately it did. So, of course, it slowed me down from my usual activity. And I received a Roland VS1680 16-track digital recorder Friday from Guitar Center. But I didn't feel good enough to open up the box and test it out. I'm like, I'll do it Sunday. But I said, I feel a little better today. It's Saturday night, so let me do this now. Get this out of the way. So the first thing I noticed, and I'm going to entitle this, come on, Guitar Center, what the WTF, So first thing I noticed when I opened up the box, there was no power cord. And you guys know how I feel about that, But I'm like, okay, that's not a deal breaker because I do have one, because I actually own like three Roland 1680s. That's just how much I like them. The sounds on those things are incredible. But, it's considered kind of dated now. Everything has a sound card drive. So I'm like, okay, that's not a big deal, So then when I opened it up, they claimed that it was in good condition. They showed 2 pictures, nothing out of the ordinary, based on the pictures that I've seen. I get this shit out the box. As you can see, there are knobs missing, which again, the picture that they showed on the site, there were no knobs missing. They said it was in good condition. It got scrapes on it, dents. And that's fine if they would have showed me pictures of this or just say it's in okay condition, So I turned it on. It's humming like a lawnmower, which means the motor is about to give out on it. So I'm like, I'm going to have to send this back. I got 3 of these within the last 3 days. And out of the 3, only one is a keeper. The first one that came, and it came, I think, Thursday or Wednesday. And again, I got that one off eBay. It had pictures of it, and it looked okay. And then when it gets here, because they didn't take a picture of the side panel, or the bottom panel, the panel was removed and missing. So, I quickly emailed the guy on eBay and said, this is going back. It was not as described. There was no pictures of this piece missing. And I honestly felt that was done deliberately for deception, because that you did not want to include the honest description or condition of the unit. And I'm like, I'm going to be shipping this back. And he was very gracious, because he lied and said it was tested and, it didn't even work. So he said, yeah, my staff tested and it was working okay. A staff that won him, and I'm looking at the other things that he was selling, and he was just collecting stuff. Maybe he went into one of those lockers and pulled this out and found it and put it up there, because I can tell he was not a musician. So a long story short with that, he was gracious because he knew he was on some BS, and he thought I just wasn't going to notice until it got here and I wasn't going to say nothing. So he did refund my money. He said, just keep it. I'm like, what am I going to do with this but throw it in the garbage? That's where it's going. So he just basically didn't want to pay to ship this piece of junk back that it wasn't working. So I'm like, okay, man, come on. So the second one came, got lucky, mint condition. It even came with a road case, which is worth $100 by itself. So it's obvious that guy took very good care of his gear. The guy from eBay didn't take good care of it. Matter of fact, like I said, I think he got it from some type of storage locker. And Guitar Center should be ashamed of themselves for sending me some garbage out like this, because I'm like, this is what you guys do for a living. Now, who in their right mind would ship out something and just omit the power cord. What I'm going to do without the power cord, you know? So I was really pissed about that. I'm like, don't y'all check to make sure everything is in here that's supposed to be before you send it off, And as you get older, and it's not an old man ranting, but as you get older, you start to realize the quality of things 20 years ago versus now. And the quality versus now, 20 years ago versus now, it's no comparison. It's like no one cares anymore. They'll sell you junk. They lie to you to sell you junk. I can't recall 20 years ago ordering anything and it's coming with knobs missing and cords not there because it didn't exist. Companies back then took a bigger, I guess, stock of themselves. They had a sense of integrity. It's like, we're not going to sell you this, man. This going in the garbage. We're going to sell you something that, in good condition. If not, no. But now it's like nobody gives a shit. They just throw shit in boxes and ship it off to you and think you're going to be okay when it shows up in the condition that it is. And it's not the condition that you were led to believe that it is. So I'm going to call Guitar Center tomorrow and chew their asses because I'm like, first of all, I got no cord. Then when I take it out the package, I got knobs missing. I do have a cord from another one because like I told you, I got 4 of these. And when I plugged it in, I can hear that the engine or the motor going to be going anytime soon or going to be dying out soon. So I'm just exhausted because I thought about this the other day. And most of us don't think about this. We think about our physical body. And when you're in your 20s, you're at the optimum level of health for most of us. And you can do so much stuff. But then when you get 40, 50, and almost 60 or 60, you realize the slowly decay of the human body. Just like athletes. When you're 19, 20, you playing pros. When you're 35, close to 40, you're about to retire because you can't do what you used to do when you were in your early 20s. And we all understand that and get that. But guess what? The mind goes through the same thing. When you're 20, for the most part, you're at the optimum level of mental capacity. And as you get older, that mental capacity diminishes, So you're not like you were, again, physically in your 20s or mentally. And I'm at the point where I'm getting up in age and I'm like, I just can't keep going through this bullshit. I just simply ask for what I paid for. That's it. I'm not asking for anything extra, anything special, just what I paid for. And I don't get that like that. Out of 3 units, 2, one is garbage, is in the garage. I'm going to throw that out probably next week when the garbage man come. And this one from Guitar Center has to go back out Monday, And I'm like, I'm just getting tired of this, I don't want to come off as somebody that's constantly complaining because I'm not complaining. I have a legitimate concern about the situation at hand. I paid you my money for this, and we were under the understanding that this is the condition it is, and based on that, I'll buy it. But when it shows up, a whole nother animal, because I'm quite sure that this is not even the unit that they took the picture of. Because if so, what happened to the buttons? Within that short period of time that you posted it and sold it to me, these 2 buttons come off, and these buttons don't just, casually pop off. You got to actually literally pull these buttons off, And one thing about this unit, then I'm going to close off this video. It's a great unit as far as audio. What you can get out of here sound-wise is just incredible. But it has its issues, and the issues is it's not user-friendly. Because I tried to enlist the help of you fellow YouTubers, and I appreciate the people that I spoke to about, okay, I want to delete some of these songs in here to free up space because one of the ones that I had that I laid a lot of good demos on, I can't record anything else on there, even though there's less than like 12 songs. And they said you can put 99 songs on here. So I'm like, I don't know why it won't take, any more songs. It's not that many. And I don't know how to delete the ones that are on here that came on here when I bought it. And I talked to a gentleman on the phone. I appreciate your help. And we sat on the phone for about 30 minutes. And between the 2 of us, we still couldn't figure this out. So apparently, because what I had to do for one of them was just totally wipe out the hard drive. I'm like, it came today. I didn't put any demos on here or drafts. So I'm going to just, clean it out so I can use this one solely for laying my final mix of my demo. So This one came today, and like I said, in extremely poor condition. And there are tons of songs. It's like 20, 30, almost 30 songs. And my theory is this. Well, I already kind of figured out or assumed that they didn't know how to delete them too. Delete them out of here either. Because, you know, being a musician, and another musician can attest to this, you don't leave. It's just like with a computer. When you sell it, you wipe out the hard drive. You don't leave your personal stuff and links and stuff that where you've been. You know, you clean it out, and you do the same thing for this type of machine. You know, you clean out your unpublished stuff. And there's like 2 albums worth of stuff on this particular one, which is kind of odd because I'm like, I can't get 13 on the other one, and there's twice as many on this one, you know. But again, if they sold it willingly, they didn't know how to erase their memory. But my theory is someone stole this one, and then they sold it to somebody who sold it to Guitar Center. Because being a musician, you are not going to leave your unpublished stuff on a machine you're selling. You're not, you know, for copyright issues, for creativity issues of somebody hearing the bass line that you created and now they're using it because they heard it, you know, before you could publish it and copyright it. So I'm assuming that somebody stole this, sold it to somebody, went straight to Guitar Center, sold it to them, and they sold it to me, you know, in this extremely poor condition. You know, because like I said, when I opened up the box, I was pissed because I didn't get a cord. And I'm like, well, that's not a deal breaker. But when I took it out of the bag, totally out the box, and I'm looking at these knobs missing, like a child been playing with this thing. And this thing brand new, when it was brand new, this thing was like over $2,500. You know, so who's letting their kids play with this kind of expensive equipment? And I don't think it's the kids. I'm not even going to blame the kids. These are grown-ass men that don't know how to take care of their gear. And you know me, I've done several videos regarding that. Because I'm like this. And Music Go Round gets it, you know, because this thing is dirty. I'm like, if I had a music company and I sold used stuff, I'd clean this fucker up. I would clean it up like you do with a car. You know, you don't show a car to somebody and it's all dirty and need to be washed. You take it to the car wash, you get that sucker as pretty as possible and hope you can sell it. And it should be the same mindset for this for equipment. And so it shows up dusty, dirty, scuffed up. It's like nobody took a moment to try to make this even look presentable, you know? And if I had, again, a music store, I would do that. Because, again, Music Go Round do that. That's one company that it comes in the condition that they claim it comes in. And you can tell that they've taken good care of it, or at least they cleaned it up. You know, Guitar Center don't bother to do shit no more. They don't even give you a cord. You know, this thing is noisy, buttons missing, it's all scuffed up. There's dirt down here in the display thing. They couldn't take a damp rag and just clean it up a little bit. No, they didn't do nothing. And I'm just mentally tired because I'm like, I just simply want to get what I pay for. That's it. I don't want anything else, you know, nothing special, nothing extra, just give me what I pay for, you know. And out of 3 of them, 1 passed the test with flying colors, the other 2 pieces of garbage. And this one's going back. And the other one in my garage is going in the garbage on Tuesday because the garbage man come on Thursday, you know. So I just thought I would post that. You know, this is not me, you know, trashing Guitar Center, but it's giving them a tongue lashing, a well-deserved tongue lashing, because I'm like, you don't send your customers shit like this, you know? You're a big major company, and you could do better than this. You used to do better than this, so I don't know what happened. It just seems like just about everybody don't give a damn no more, you know, about their product, the sense of integrity, and nothing. And I'm like, man, just, you know, my brain tired. It's like I just don't want to keep opening up boxes and getting surprised in the worst way, you know. But I'm going to call them tomorrow. I can't. Now it's like it's going to be hard for me to go to bed because I'm too pissed to go to bed right now. So I'm going to probably end up staying up all night till I can get somebody on the horn at Guitar Center and give them a piece of my mind regarding this garbage that they sent me with no power cord. Until next time, take care and thanks for watching.